All right. Thanks everybody for coming. This is the free money edition to how to build your business credit for your EIN. In this webinar, I will explain how I learned about business credit. I learned how my client is getting free money using business credit. During this training, you'll discover how to build credit that's linked to your EIN and not your Social Security number, that requires no personal guarantee or credit check, and how to get business loans and credit lines even if you have personal credit issues, no credit, or just starting your business. Okay? All right. Now, I'm going to share my screen so y'all can see my presentation. And we're going to get going, show you how to do some business credit out here. All right. Okay, so now you should be able to see my screen. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so you can see it better. All right. So now we should be all up in your grill with the with my presentation now. And we're going to get started. Feel free to take notes. I might be going fast, so just take notes. You can ask questions. You can type them in the chat box, or you can open up your mic and ask questions if you want. All right, we're gonna answer all the questions that you need. Okay, this is the free money edition. Yeah, boy. All right. Once again, my name is Noel A. Booker, Senior. And the website, make sure y'all get the website. That's businesscreditbuilder.us. Now, notice 3 buttons we got down here at the bottom. The green button is how you get a free guide on how to build business credit, okay? Make sure you'll get that free guide. Just go to businesscreditbuilder.us/free guide, all right? Free guide. All right. The blue button is for when you want to talk to me about getting business credit for yourself or any of the other services that we provide, including accounting and websites, right? Just go to businesscreditbuilder.us/consult. And the red button. So after this webinar, if you think that you qualify for funding now, then you would go to businesscreditbuilder.us/get funding. All right. What we will cover today: how you can get business credit linked, how you can get business credit within 7 days or less that's linked to your EIN, not your Social Security number, even if you are a startup or have bad personal credit now. Then immediately start using it to get the credit you want and need, even from major sources like Target, Walmart, Staples, Lowe's, Visa, MasterCard, and more. How you can access loans and credit lines even as a startup, have credit challenges, or lack collateral. All right? Now, most people fail trying to get money to grow their business. Most don't know that EIN credit can be built regardless of personal credit quality. Many apply for credit in the wrong order, okay? So let me say something about that. So building business credit is a step-by-step process. Each step is needed for the next step. So you can't skip steps, okay? Many entrepreneurs don't know that money is available based on strengths, what I call the 3 C's of funding, which are credit, collateral, and cash flow, all right? So If you have all three of these, credit, collateral, and cash flow, then you could possibly qualify for an SBA loan, which is the best place to get money for your business, right? Now, if you have two of these three C's, then you could possibly qualify for a term loan. If you have one of these three C's, depending on which of the three C's that you do have, then there is money available for you right now. Now, if you have none of these three C's, then that's when you start with business credit. And as you build your business credit, then you get access to more and more money. And you have to strategize as well, okay? All right, so let's move forward. What is business credit? Business credit is credit that is obtained in a business name. With business credit, the business builds its own credit profile and credit score with its EIN number. The credit is in the business name and based on the business's ability to pay, not the business owner's ability to pay. The business can qualify for revolving store credit cards like Staples, Lowe's, Sam's Club, and more. Okay, why business credit is awesome? Well, business credit has no effect on your personal credit. No personal guarantee is needed in order to build business credit. Business credit building is fast compared to personal credit, because with personal credit, there are 5 factors that affect your personal credit. With business credit, there's one factor, and that's how you pay your bill. With business credit, you can offset your current expenses, okay? You can increase approval amounts with better rates and terms when you have business credit. And no collateral, cash flow, or good credit is needed to build business credit, okay? Don't need none of that stuff to build business credit. You can start from scratch, all right? And once you have business credit, you can get access to loans and credit lines. All right. Every successful business in America has business credit, okay? Let me add to that, right? That if you have a business, you should already have business credit built in, like automatic, okay? And I'm gonna show you how that's done. All right. Now, what you are looking at now is what anybody can see for free. You would just go to the Experian website, and there's a place to put in your business name and your address, right? And you can get information like this for free. This one is for Facebook Incorporated. They're from Menlo Park, California. But the piece that I want to bring to your attention is the trade lines. You see that? Trade lines. They got 40 trade lines. Well, let me go over what a trade line is, okay? Just so that we're on the same page from the beginning, okay? Because the trade lines is the basis for building business credit, right? It's like the building blocks, right? The more trade lines you got, the better off you are, okay? So this is what a trade line is. You go to a company, they give you an account, a credit account, where you go buy something on credit, right? And you pay them later, right? So let's say we got an account. We buy an item. That means they gave us the item and they gave us an invoice that tells us when and where to pay and all that good stuff, right? And so you got the item. Now it's time to pay for the item. This is what happens when you pay for that item. That company that gave you the credit, they're going to send you, they're going to send a report to the business credit reporting agencies, right? This report says XYZ company, they got an account with us. Their spending limit is X amount of dollars, and They made a purchase and they paid off that purchase in X amount of days. That's what's on the report. They send that report to the business credit reporting agencies and they put it on your business credit profile. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is one trade line. Does anybody have any questions on what a trade line is? Because this is like the most important piece here that I want to make sure everybody knows what this is before we even go forward, okay? Any questions? You can type them in the chat box. You can open up your mic, okay? Now look at that. That's Facebook. They got 40 trade lines. Let's go to the next page. I don't see no questions coming in. All right, so cool. Let's see. Facebook, look at this one. All right, now we're at Microsoft. Microsoft got 131 trade lines, right? Now look at this one. Walmart, they're like the king of business credit, yo. All right. So this is what Walmart does. Walmart will go to Bounty and say, yo, Bounty, let me get a truckload of toilet paper. And the owner of Walmart, he don't go in his pocket and pay for this. He doesn't even call the accounting department and say, yo, cut a check for me. The toilet paper shows up at the store. They put the toilet paper on the shelf, right? Then we go in there and buy it. They take our money and they pay the bill. And then Bounty says, hey, you did that good. Here's 5 truckloads. And then they keep flipping it just like that. 513 times over and over again. This is how business is done, okay? At the big corporate level, at the small business level, at the corner store, when the bread comes, they're not paying for that bread right then. They're counting how many units came in, how many units went out, right? This is how business is done with business credit, okay? Just so you know. Okay. Now, how we can help, right? We give you fundability. We show you how to make your business credible in the eyes of the lender. Our high-tech software helps you build your business credit to access high-limit store credit, business loans, and credit lines. We work with all legitimate types of funding programs that are available today, offering funding through hundreds of investors and lenders through a multitude of different funding programs. All right? Word is born. Okay. How do you build business credit? All right. Well, let's get started. We're going to show you how to build business credit, and I'm going to show you how I got the free money, right? How my client gets free money. Well, let me talk about my client real quick. So this is the free money edition, right? So I'm going to tell you how my client gets free money, right? So when I started this, I was working as an accountant for my client. He has a freight company, right? And I also did websites for him, right? And I noticed that every time I did a website, $250,000 hit the bank. So I said, yo, I need to get some money. Can you help me? Can you help me get some money? And he said, this is what we do. Go find a client, right? Go find a company, and we're going to do a deal with that company. And you can get a piece of the deal, right? So that's where I'm going to stop right now. By the end of the story, I'm going to tell you about the free money, right? All right. So far I told you that I got the client that got the freight company, and I see the $250,000 hitting. And I see the $250,000 hitting because I'm doing the books. All right. Okay. So let's go into how to build some business credit. Okay. Now, remember what I said. Building business credit is a step-by-step process. Each step is needed for the next step, and you cannot skip steps, okay? The first step is what I call credibility or fundability. And this piece right here is the simplest step. It's the simple piece. It's the ABCs. It's so simple, but it's the most important part of building business credit. All right. Okay. So the perception lenders, vendors, and creditors have of your business is critical to your ability to build strong business credit. Before you apply for business credit, a business must ensure it meets or exceeds all lender credibility standards. There are over 20 credibility points that are necessary for a business to have a strong, credible foundation. Okay? Now, I'm telling you, this is the most important piece, right? Why is this the most important piece? It's because when you go and fill out an application for an account or a business loan, you have an application. And on the application is different fields, right? Each field that they are asking for information, they're actually doing something. And this is what I call the smell test. The smell test. They're really not trying to see if you can qualify for it, but to see if you look like you're credible, right? Just to see if you're looking okay, like you're a legitimate business. So each field they're doing something. Like for instance, when they ask you for your business name, what they are doing is pulling up a database of all business names with a similar business name as yours. And they're trying to see, are you looking like you're a business? They're looking to see if you pull up right. They're looking at the Secretary of State to make sure that business and the address is correct. Stuff like that. So everything on that application, they're checking some stuff. They're doing something, right? Just to see if you pass the smell test before they even see if you can qualify or how much they're going to give you. They're just seeing if you pass what I call the smell test, that application, right? Okay, that's why. So if you don't even pass the smell test, then they can deny you, and they don't have to tell you why they denied you. So that's why you have to have this credibility stuff done first, so that down the line, if they do deny you, you know it's not this stuff because all this stuff is correct. All right, we're gonna go through all this stuff. Okay. All right, business name. It is very important that you use your exact business legal name. Ensure your business name is exactly the same on your corporation papers, licenses, and bank statements. Okay? When you apply for your business name at the Secretary of State, they will ask you to select an entity type. Okay? You can build business credit with almost any corporate entity type. But if you truly want to separate your business credit from your personal credit, your business must be a separate legal entity, not a sole proprietor or partnership. Okay? Unless you have a separate business entity, a corporation, or an LLC, which is a limited liability corporation, you might be doing business, but you are not truly a business. Okay? You need to be a corporation or a LLC in order to separate your personal from your business liabilities. All right? Now, EIN number. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about the EIN number because most of y'all probably know about it, what the EIN number is. But I'm going to tell you the two things that you need to know about this EIN number. One, you can't build business credit without an EIN number. It just cannot be done. Two, it's free. Okay, so don't come back to me talking about you went and paid for an EIN number. You just go to irs.gov. It takes you about 15 minutes to get your EIN number, and they give it to you right then and there. Okay, EIN number. All right, if y'all got questions, just let me know. Business address. This is important right here. Right, well, all this stuff is important, but here we go. Business address. There are three options when selecting your business address, right? The first one is a brick and mortar. That's the first option, a brick and mortar. But not everybody can afford that, right? Coming out the box, right? That's understandable. But you definitely need a place that you can accept packages, okay? The second option is to have a virtual office address. Now, there are many virtual office addresses out there that give you a virtual office address and make your business look like you are a legitimate business. The last resort, and there's no more options after this in selecting your business address, and that will be your home address. Now, the home address is the last resort because creditors and lenders do not perceive home-based businesses as being credible. But they do this on a case-by-case basis, right? So, for instance, let's say you're a hairstylist. Well, that seems legitimate. There are people that do hair from the house and they can pay their bill. See, they're only just trying to figure out whether or not you can pay the bill or not, okay? So, but let's say, for instance, you got a trucking company, right? And maybe it don't make sense that you got all these trucks at the house, right? So they're trying to see if this makes sense, right? And one good thing to know is that they're looking at your business credit report. They don't have to ask you permission. And on your Dun & Bradstreet credit report is a Google Maps picture of your business address. So they're looking right at your front door when they're making this determination, trying to see, does this make sense? Is that a legitimate business? Okay. So that home address is the last resort, right? But you definitely have a deliverable physical address, and you cannot use a P.O. box or a UPS address. Some lenders will not approve and fund unless this criteria is met. Okay, so virtual business or address, right? So there's a whole bunch of companies out there that do virtual business addresses, right? And they offer different stuff, like just your address only, right? That's all you need is just that address only, right? You can receive mail and packages at your dedicated business address. They give you a virtual office, with professional business address, a dedicated phone number, fax number, receptionist services. They give you part-time use of their fully furnished offices and meeting rooms and the break room and all that stuff, right? So they give you that stuff. But all you really need is that address. And you go and pick up your packages. Then they got the true office. That's the full-time private office with your receptionist services, dedicated phone, fax, internet, and all that stuff, right? And it makes you look like you are a legitimate business, right? Now, my go-to is DaVinci. DaVinci Virtual Office Solutions. Now, the reason why I use DaVinci is because what they do is they fill out a form and send it to the PO, to the post office to get you a unique address for your business. And the problem with all of these virtual office companies is that some of them give you an address that they gave hundreds of businesses before. You don't want that. You want a unique address for your business, all right? And that's what DaVinci does. They're going to give you this unique address for your business office for as low as $50 a month, okay? So you can go to businesscreditbuilder.us/vendors, and you'll see that DaVinci logo and instructions. They'll give you, that page will give you the telephone number, a person to ask for, and how to order the correct product. All right. All right. So go to businesscreditbuilder.us/vendors and check out how to order your virtual office address at DaVinci Virtual Office Solutions. All right. Now, business phone number. Okay. This is important. You must have a dedicated business phone number that is listed with 411 directory assistance under the business name. Lenders, vendors, creditors, and even insurance providers will verify that your business is listed with 411. All right. A toll-free number will give your business credibility, but you must have a local number for the listing with 411 directory assistance. Okay. And I'm gonna hook you up on that right now. But even if you're a single owner with a home-based business, a toll-free number provides the perception that you are an even bigger company. Okay, because it's all about perception, right? All right. It's incredibly easy and inexpensive to set up a virtual office, a virtual local number, and a toll-free number. Okay. And please note that a cell phone or a home number, a home-based line as your main business line could get you flagged as an unestablished business. That is too high of a risk. Don't give a personal cell phone or a residential phone as your business number, okay? You can forward a virtual number to any cell or landline, okay? So you can operate your business with that cell phone, but on the application, don't put your cell phone number on there, okay? Now, this is the go-to for getting your business telephone numbers, right? Freedom Voice, Ring Central, or Vonage. They'll all hook you up, right? But the go-to is Freedom Voice, because Freedom Voice will set you up a local number for $9.95 a month, and they will list it with the National Telephone Directory for $3 a month, right? They'll also give you a fax number and an 800 number for under $20 a month, okay? You can also go to businesscreditbuilder.us/vendors and get the telephone number to order your Freedom Voice telephone number, okay? All right, that's the deal for the phone number, right? Now, websites. You need a business website and a business email. Lenders and creditors will deny you if you don't have a website, all right? Spend the time and money necessary to ensure your business website is professionally designed and works well. One of my companies is MediaNet USA, and we have a product called the Small Business Web Hosting Package. It's all inclusive, which means you don't have to do nothing. I'm going to hook you up, right? So it comes with all of this stuff. It's included. You get your domain registration. You get 12 months web hosting. You get a website designed. You get monthly updates to your website. You get unlimited emails. You get expert customer support, and you get internet consultation, right? To talk to me about your business website, just schedule a free business credit consultation by going to businesscreditbuilder.us/consult. All right. Business email. It is important to get a company email address for your business. It is not only professional, but greatly helps your chances of getting the thumbs up from a credit provider. Setting up a business email address is just too easy and inexpensive to neglect. So my client that I'm going to tell you more about that gets the free money, he always sets up a business email like your name at yourbusinessname.com, right? Don't ever use a free email service as your business email, right? They don't want to see that, right? They want to see you doing business from your business email, right? So avoid using free email services like Yahoo and Hotmail. There's nothing worse than the credit provider seeing an email like party chick at Yahoo, right? So this is this common sense stuff, right? The email address should be support at your business name. It could be, John Smith at your business name, right? But the key thing is you have to have your domain in there from your website, okay? All right. We talked about the fax number, but let me just go over this real quick. Lenders perceive a credible business as one with a fax number. As a business, you will need a fax number to receive important documents, all that stuff, right? And I showed you how to get that set up, right? Okay. Business bank account, okay? Your business banking history is vital to your future success of being able to secure larger business loans. The date you open your business bank account is the day that lenders consider your business to have started. So, if you incorporated your business 10 years ago, but you just opened your bank account, your business bank account yesterday, then the creditors and lenders perceive your business to have started yesterday. Okay? The longer your business banking history, the better your borrowing ability, your borrowing potential will be. Okay. Licensing. One of the most common mistakes when building your business credit for your company is non-matching business addresses on your business licenses. Even worse is not having the required licenses for your type of business to operate legally. You will need to contact the state, county, and city government offices to see if there are any required licenses and permits to operate your type of business. Okay? So the most common mistake here is that people have their license, but they got an old address. They will they will deny you for that inconsistent information. All right? Inconsistent information, right? So when you tell them that business name and address, they're going to go look for your stuff. And if they see different information, that's not a good thing, all right? You will not pass the smell test, okay? All right. Business listings. So take the time to verify that the main agencies, state, IRS, your bank, the 411 National Directory, have your business listed the same way with your exact legal business name. Also take the time to ensure that every bill you get, power bill, phone bill, landlord, etc., has the business name listed correctly and comes to the business address. Now, for businesses that are already existing, right? I would go on Google and search my own business name and see what comes up. Because if old information comes up, then that's a flag. They will go to Google and put your business name in and see what they find. And you do not want them to see old information. So this company called Yext, right? Yext, Y-E-X-T. They have a product called data cleansing. That if you got all this old information on the internet, they're gonna clean it all up with one swoop, and then have all the correct information, right? I mentioned this already, right? Inconsistent information is bad, right? You got to have every place they see your business name, it has to be spelled the same. The address has to be the same. The telephone has to be the same. All that stuff is very important. So yes, they have a product called data cleansing. Okay. We're gonna stop right now to see if you got any questions. That's the basic stuff right there. That's the first step. Is setting up your business credible in the eyes of the lender. Okay. The next step, what we're going to talk about is your business credit reports. So, does anybody have any questions so far? No questions? You're sure? All right. Okay, y'all can type it in the chat. You can open up your mic. Oh, something's in the chat here. Let's see. Trinicia says, so if you're a mobile notary, is it best to use a virtual office instead of your home address? Yes. Yes, yes. But, it's not necessary, right? You're a mobile notary, so that's legitimate, right? But they will look up your address and look at your business address, right? So it's best to have the virtual office address, but not necessary, right? You can do the home address, right? When you're starting out, you want to cut corners, right? You don't need the virtual office address in that instance because that's legitimate. That's a legitimate deal for you to be mobile and have, your primary business address is your home. That's okay. All right. Tranisa got another question. So if you're, that's the same question. Okay. So I hope I answered that question, Miss Trinicia. All right. Any more questions before we go on to step number 2? And remember what I said about these steps. Building business credit is a step-by-step process. Each step is needed for the next step, and there is no skipping steps, right? So every piece that I told you in step 1, do not skip none of that stuff because it's very important for you to pass the smell test. All right? Good deal. No more questions? All right, let's move forward. Boom. Step 2 is understanding the importance of these business credit reports, right? Business credit reports are offered by Experian, Dun & Bradstreet, and Equifax. All right? And what these companies do, these are the 3 major business credit reporting agencies. What they do is collect information, they repackage it, and they sell it. So for our purposes, they will offer us the business credit report, right? Which can cost $100 per month for each one of these. And it's important that you have access to your business credit reports because when you make those payments to those vendors, your trade lines, when you make that payment, you want to go check your business credit report to make sure that they are even reporting it correctly and timely. And they don't do that well, okay? They're not in the business of reporting your credit, your payments correctly. They're not in that business. They're in the business of selling whatever they just sold you. All right. So they don't do this task very well. All right. That's why it's important that you get your business credit reports and you can double check them. When you make that payment, you make sure they reported that payment because you need these payments to hit your credit report, your business credit report. Okay. You will first want to get a copy of your business credit reports to see what is being reported. That's just common sense stuff, right? All right. So with my company, um, I got a discounted situation, and I got a product that it just includes your business credit reports for free. Okay. All right. So, Dun and Bradstreet. All right. This is the first place you want to make sure you have your DUNS number over there. Okay. Obtaining a Dun and Bradstreet number, they call it a DUNS number, begins the process of building your business credit profile with them. Your DUNS number will also play an important role in enabling your business to borrow without a personal guarantor. So if you get one of those applications and they ask you for your Dun and Bradstreet number, that's an indication that this particular company reports to Dun and Bradstreet. And if you have a Dun and Bradstreet number, you're most likely going to get approved because they know that, you got the Dun and Bradstreet number. They know exactly where to send your payment information to that Dun and Bradstreet number. Okay. So, and another thing to know about this DUNS number is that it's free. So what they will do is when you get this free DUNS number, and it takes about 3 weeks for them to give it to you. In that time period, they're going to call you and they're going to email you, and they will convince you that you have to pay for this DUNS number. But I'm here to let you know that this DUNS number is free. All right. Yeah, they're gonna try to charge you $2,000 for some stuff. Right? But I'm gonna let you know that it's free. Now, the stuff that they're gonna try to sell you are good stuff, but the stuff that they try to sell you only affects Dun and Bradstreet. You still got Experian and Equifax. So I'm telling you, you don't have to get that stuff that they try to offer you, right? I'm gonna show you how to do it, right? Stand by, I'm gonna show you how to do it. All right. Okay. See, Dun and Bradstreet, they got this thing called the self-monitor, right? And that's how you get your business credit reports for $39 to $99 per month. All right. You don't have to do that. All right. You don't have to do that. I got a hookup for that, right? I got a $25 hookup, and I got a product that's just included with my stuff, right? Okay. Experian has what they call the small business reports, all right? You can get a copy of your small business reports for about $49 to $99 per month, okay? Find out how many trade lines are reporting, see if you have business credit score assigned already, see if you have an active Experian business profile, and check on recent inquiries, all right? That's Experian. Okay. Equifax. You can purchase a copy of your Equifax Small Business Credit Report at this link there. It typically takes more time to create a file with Equifax Small Business than with Dun and Bradstreet and Experian. This is why it's important to apply with credit providers who report to Equifax. Their charge for their report is $99 per month. Okay. Okay. Any questions on business credit reporting agencies? Y'all good on that? Any questions? Any questions on that before we go to step number 3? Now we're getting ready to get down and do some business credit. Okay. Now, you see how long it took me to go through all this ABC stuff? That's how important it is. You need to know that stuff. All right. Okay, no questions, right? Let's get it then. Step number 3, vendor accounts. Now we're going to actually start building some business credit, right? Now, this piece is not so easy because now we're going to go find businesses that's going to give our business credit when we have no credit. And they have to be able to report my payments, right? Your payments to them, to the business credit reporting agencies. And not that many companies do that. Only 10% of all businesses in America report to the business credit reporting agencies because they're under high guidelines and restrictions to even be able to report. Okay, you get that? So it's hard to find these companies that's going to give you credit when you have no credit and report. Okay, so we're going to start with these net 30 accounts, which means when you get credit, they're going to give you just a little bit of credit. And when you buy something on credit, you have to pay it off in 30 days. Okay? Hence the term net 30, right? Okay. A business credit report can be started much the same as a consumer report commonly is with small amounts of credit. The business can be approved for small credit amounts to help them build an initial credit profile. These type of initial accounts in the business world are commonly referred to as vendor credit or net 30 accounts. All right. And some vendors will approve your company for net 30 payment terms upon verification of as little as an EIN number and the 411 listing. All right. EIN number and the 411 listing. I already talked to y'all about that, right? All right. Now, here are some vendors who will approve you for initial credit now, even if you have none, right? Okay. The first place to go is Maverick, right? Maverick, that's the first place to go. If you go to that link I told you about /vendors, then you can get the homeboy hookup, right? There's a link on there. There's JJ Gold. There's a link on there for JJ Gold. The creative CEO, the CEO creative, rather, the CEO creative, right? All this information is on businesscreditbuilder.us/vendors. Granger, Pilot, Jafe, and Uline. Okay, these are all good starter vendors, right? They will give you net 30 accounts. You don't have to have credit, but you do have to have your business name and your EIN. You need to have your telephone number set up for these, right? And listed, right? Okay. Always apply without your social security number for these net 30 accounts, right? Now, on the applications for these net 30 accounts, there could be a place for your social. Just leave that blank, all right? But when they got the part for the EIN number, that's what you want to do. You want to put your EIN number in there. Some vendors will request your social security number, but you tell them, apply with my EIN, right? When your first 3 net 30 accounts reports your trade lines to Dun and Bradstreet, the Dun system will automatically generate a paydex score, right? So Dun and Bradstreet, they will not set you up a paydex score until 3 vendors report. Okay, then they'll give you a paydex score. The paydex score is what the vendors look at to determine how credit worthy you are, your business is. Okay, so that's what you need to know about that that Dun and Bradstreet. Okay. Pay your net 30 vendor accounts in full and on time. You must be patient and allow time for the vendors' reporting cycles to get into the reporting systems. Okay? It typically takes you about 3 cycles of net accounts reporting. So that's about 90 days, right? 90 days to get your business credit reports up to par. Okay? Okay. Some vendors will require an initial prepaid order before they can approve your business for terms. Companies like Uline do that, right? But if you don't have no credit, sometimes they say, hey, we need you to do a prepaid order first before we give you this net 30 account. Okay. So you got to be aware of that. Okay. You need to have a total of at least five net 30-day pay accounts reporting. That's why I got this card. Check out the card. The card got the number 5 on it, right? And the card got the smoke. You check out the smoke, right? But check out his face. His face is like, yo, I got credit. Now I'm rolling, okay? You need these first 5 right here. You need these first 5 before you get to the next step. And the next step is where you want to be at, right? So you need this right here. You need these first 5 before you do not anything else. Get these first 5 net 30 accounts on your credit report, which means you done went to these 5 companies, you bought something, you paid it, you pull your credit report, and you see it listed on your credit report, right? That's what you need right there. Get these first 5 going. Boom. After 5 trade lines are established using vendor accounts, your net 30 accounts, obtaining revolving accounts is the next step. Revolving accounts, all cards a business owner can use and not be required to pay the full balance owed each month. So those net 30s, you got to pay those off in 30 days, right? These revolving accounts, you don't have to pay them off in 30 days. They give you a minimum amount to pay each month, right? It's like a credit card, right? Now, these companies, these companies will not approve a business owner for business credit unless the owner has an established credit profile and score, just like in the consumer world. So you can't skip steps. You can't just jump to these revolving accounts. You got to get those net 30s first. Vendor accounts must be used first to establish a profile and score. Then store credit can be obtained. It usually takes 90 days or less to establish a score and profile with trade lines. Okay? And here we go. Most major stores do offer business credit, including Home Depot, Lowe's, Office Depot, Staples, Best Buy, Walmart, Sam's Club, Costco, Amazon, Dell, Apple, BP, Chevron, Racetrack, and there's a whole bunch of them out there, right? But I'm guaranteeing you that none of these will give you credit if you have no credit already, okay? That's why I said each step is needed for the next step. So you need those net 30s first, all right? Store revolving credit must be obtained before the business owner starts getting Visa, MasterCard, American Express type cards, okay? Once 10 accounts are on the credit, an owner can then start applying for Visa, MasterCard, American Express. Approval amounts will be equivalent to the highest credit limit account on the business credit report. So try to have 10 accounts with at least one of them having a high limit of $10,000. So this is how you do that. When you get these revolving accounts, you choose one of these revolving accounts, and then you go make some payments, right? You make some on-time payments, And then you call the company back and you say, can I get an increase in my limit? And you keep calling them back to increase your limits, right? Because when you go get these credit cards, they're going to look at your highest credit limits and they're going to match those credit limits. All right. That's why you have to call them back and get the highest credit limits that you could possibly get. And they will do that if they see you making on-time payments. Okay. It is essential to keep using the credit, keep applying for more, and talk with credit providers to raise credit limits. If you do this, business credit will keep growing until higher limit credit lines are obtained within 6 to 12 months. Okay? There's no skipping steps. The goal is to get 10 trade lines on your credit reports. Have one of those revolving accounts with a high limit of $10,000. Cash business credit accounts will match your highest credit limits reported on your credit profile. You can get access to MasterCard, Visa, American Express. You can get business loans and you can get credit lines when you have business credit. Okay? Now, any questions before we go on to alternative funding options? When the big banks can't help you, we can. And see, so at the big banks, right? That's where most people go to try to get some money for the bank. They go to the big bank. They go to Bank of America or Wachovia or something like that, right? But I'm gonna tell you that 80% of everybody that goes to these big banks, they get denied, all right? Because they got to have those 3 C's, right? The 3 C's, remember? Credit, collateral, cash flow. You got to have those 3 C's for them big banks. So 80% of all businesses get declined. So nowadays, they have these alternative funding companies that they're trying to help and make money off of that 80% of people that are getting declined. So they give you different options to try to get you funded, right? They're not trying to leave money on the table, right? The big banks, they don't mind leaving money on the table. But now there's other companies that give you alternative funding options. And we're going to go through them real quick. And we're going to get out of here, all right? Real quick. Cash flow financing. Cash flow financing is the most popular type of alternative funding today. These are cash advances that look at your bank account management for approval. If you have more than $3,000 in deposits per month, you can get approved, point blank. You don't even need business credit, but you need all that credibility stuff set up, right? Your name, address, telephone number, all that stuff needs to be good, right? But if you're making as low as $3,000 per month in deposits in your bank account, and they're going to look at your bank account, you get approved. This is the fastest and the easiest money you are going to find. Okay. My company that my funding partner is David Allen Capital. They specialize in this cash flow funding, right? So what you do is you can get funded in 10 minutes just from your phone. You go to my website, right? And there's a link, there's a page on there, there's a tab on there that says business loans. You'll see the David Allen Capital logo, and you fill out this quick little application, right? And from that quick application, it's going to take you to the different funding options. What they're looking at is how much money you make, right? How much money you make per month, right? You tell them how much money you make per month. Then they're going to send you to these funding partners. And then they're going to tell you to connect your bank account, right? This is when they're going to, now, That first application, that's just a smell test, right? So then they're going to ask you to connect your bank account. Then once you connect that bank account and they verify that you make the money that you said you make from the smell test, then they're going to try to qualify you for the money. All right. That's what you need to know. There's a two-step process. First, you do that little quick application, and then they're going to tell you to connect your bank account. You need to connect that bank account in order to get approved. They're not even going to look at you until you connect that bank account, because they're going to confirm that you're making the money that you say you're making. All right. So that's David Allen Capital. You get this done real quick. Okay, here goes another one. Collateral-based funding. All right, collateral-based financing can be obtained if you have some type of viable collateral to offset what you are borrowing. Even as a startup with bad credit, you can secure collateral financing if you have collateral. Rates are super low. You can get them down as low as 2%. You know why? Because they know they're going to get their money because you didn't put up something that they can take and get their money back, right? That's what they want to know. Are they going to get their money back, right? So here are some types of accepted collateral. Accounts receivable. That's for companies that can batch and sell their invoices, like the freight company I was telling you about, right? The guy that gets the free money. This is one of the ways that he was funding his business. He would take his invoices from his trucks, right, and sell them, get the money in 24 hours. Otherwise, he'd have to wait 30 days for his invoices to get paid, right? Purchase orders is for businesses that get government contracts, right? So the purchase order is like a promise for this business to pay you when you do your services. So companies that got business, that got government contracts, right? See, if you go into the bank with a government contract, they're not going to mess with you, right? But there are companies that if you got a government contract, you go in there and say, hey, I got this government contract, but I need this piece of equipment, so I go get that money. They see that government contract as straight loot, right? That's straight loot right there to them, right? They know they're going to get their money because you got that government contract. You give them, if they get you the equipment that you need to satisfy the government contract, they know they're going to get paid, right? Stocks, bonds, 401k. So if you have these type of investments, then you can get a business loan, and these investments don't get touched, right? For instance, the 401k, whatever you can pull out of your 401k, you can get a business loan on that, right? And your 401k just stays right there, right? It do what it do. But now you can get a business loan on what you can pull out, right? And you know these 401ks is like they're taking your money out of your check that you didn't work for, and they're going to give that money to businesses that's going to take your money and go make money. So the idea here is to take the money that's yours already and start your business, right? There's revenue lending that's similar to the cash flow lending, right? There's inventory and equipment. So if you have $100,000 in inventory or equipment, then you can get a business loan, right? Just talk to me. I got you. If you have equity in your home, you can get a business loan, no doubt, all right? Insurance agents have what they call a book of business. That's their list of clients, right? That's their list of clients, which is money to a potential lender, okay? Now we're gonna go to another one. This is the third one, the credit line hybrid program. This is unsecured credit-based financing. Is a great way to get money for your business if you have good personal credit or know a guarantor that does. So you don't have to have the good credit. It could be grandpa got good credit, okay? It could be grandpa, but you need good personal credit to get access to this business money. You can secure credit up to 5 times what your highest revolving limit account is now, right? You need to have a score of 685 or better, right, in order to do this. So this is how it happens. This is how it works. They're going to look at your personal credit. They're going to see that you got good credit. They're going to see that you got a, let's say, for instance, you got this Home Depot account, right? It got a $30,000 limit on it. What they're going to do is give you up to 5 credit cards with $30,000 on it, not to exceed $150,000. And you can get that in 3 weeks, okay? If you have good credit, good personal credit, all right? If you go to my website and go to the business loans, or you go to get funding, you'll see the information for the credit line hybrid program. There's a video that's going to tell you all about the credit line hybrid program, and it's going to tell you all the things that you need to have in order to qualify for this credit line hybrid program. So this is good for startups. Startups with good personal credit. You can get this business money in 3 weeks. I did this myself, okay? This works, all right? Okay. With this credit line hybrid program, the rates are usually 0% for 6 to 18 months. This is no doc funding, so even startups can qualify. Accounts report to the business credit reporting agencies. That's key right there. Because let's say you got your 5 net 30s, right? And then you got good personal credit. So now we're going to get 5 business credit cards. Now you got 10 credit lines fast. This is the fastest way you're going to get business credit. All right. Now you can do it without personal credit. It's just going to take you a little bit more time, right? But it can be done. Step-by-step process. Okay. Now there are other alternative financing, which is private money is also available if you have good tax returns. There's venture capital and equity financing. That's just like the Shark Tank guys, right? Where they give you money, but they take a piece of your business. You already know about crowdfunding. And you can also get specialized funding to buy equipment, signs, and vehicle wraps. Now, look, equipment. See, there are companies out there that only do business loans to buy equipment. Okay? That's how I found my guy that gets the free money. Let me tell you about him now. Y'all ready for the free money? All right. So my client, he got the freight company. I told you already, I saw that $250,000 hitting the bank, right? So this is what he was doing. You ready? This is what he was doing. He'd have a company. He got the freight company, right? Now the freight company is going to go apply for a loan to buy some trucks, right? And he has another company, a company that sells trucks, okay? So he got 2 companies, the freight company and the truck sales company. So when he goes to the finance company and he gets approved, the finance company is going to cut a check to the sales company, the company that sells trucks, right? That's him. So he gets a check cut to himself. And now he don't have to buy the trucks, right? He just got the money. And then after a while, he don't have to buy the trucks. It just turns into a regular loan, right? And this particular guy, my client, he don't even pay the loan off. Okay? Because if your business loan goes in default, they come for the assets of the business. They don't come for you personally. That's why you're incorporated, because it shields you from liability. They're coming for the assets of that business. By the time they come for that asset of the business, he didn't close that company and he's just spending money now. He's just getting free money. Now, I don't teach you how to do this, but I mention it because business credit is real. Business credit works. This particular client was taking advantage of business credit, but I just want to do it correctly. And that's how I show you how to build business credit correctly. Trade line by trade line. That's the way to do it. No doubt about it. Business credit works. But this guy, he was taking advantage of the situation. And when I saw that, I was like, holy mackerel, business credit does work. He's just taking advantage of the situation. Now, I don't recommend you do that, right? But that's how I found out about business credit, from this guy taking advantage of business credit, just getting money. And at any given time, he would have 4 or 5 deals on the table at any given time. Okay? So business credit is real and it works. You can do it too, right? You can do it. Look at this. This is one of my clients, Christine. She got all of these approvals in 6 months. Now, most of us can't do that because she was able to do it because she's a stay-at-home mom. She's at home all day. Her husband is a truck driver, so he's out on the road. She's staying at home and she's working this business credit. In 6 months, she got all of these. Sprint 2,000, Amazon 4,500, Tractor Supply 5,000, Exxon 5,000, Fuel Man Fleet 6,000, BJ 7, BP 8, Lowe's 10, Apple 12.5, Shell 15. Look at all of this. This is over $250,000 worth of business credit that she got in 6 months. Normally, it'll take you about 12 months or more to do this, right? Legitimately. I'm not trying to give you no pipe dreams or nothing like that. Legitimately, you can do this in 12 months. You can't do it in 3 months. You can't do it in a month. It's real hard to do it in 6 months. Most people are going to do it in more than 12 months. Okay? Christine, she just gets down with the get down, right? She does it, right? So people ask me, how long does it take? It takes about 12 months to get business credit because it's all about getting an account, paying on the account, pulling your credit reports, and knowing when to go get more accounts, right? Okay. Now, check out my social medias. The Spotify is off the chain. The YouTube got a lot of videos. In this presentation will be on my YouTube by the end of the day or something, right? But you got all of these stuff that's going to give you some good information, right? Make sure you get that free guide on how to build business credit, right? Go to businesscreditbuilder.us/free guide. Schedule your free business credit consultation, right? Go to /consult. And if you think you can get approved now, go to get funding, right? All right. So that's what you do. Schedule your business credit consultation, which is free. And you can call me, you can email me, whatever you want to do. Does anybody got any questions right now before we get out of here? Any questions? Was this useful? Was this useful to anybody? Did I waste your time or something? What? Yeah. Anybody got any questions? Trey, what up? Trey, you got a question? Monica, you got a question? Oh, Alana says this is very useful. Thank you, Alana. I hope I hope you get to build up your business credit. And a lot of people just take this information I give you and can do it on their own, right? But there are some bumps along the way that, see, my business, what we do is help you smooth out those bumps and get you straight to the money, right? And now I can continue on with this webinar and show you exactly how we do this with our fundability system if you want to. Or you could go onto my YouTube channel and learn more about the fundability system that we have. If you want, I could go into the fundability system. If not, we're going to end this very soon. If you got any more questions. Monica says, I am so happy. I am learning so much. Thank you so much. That's good. That's what this is for. So you can learn, right? You can learn how to build business credit. I wish I had this information years ago. Sadar, I'm sorry, I messed that up. Sardar Hazim says, thank you, bless you. Thank you very much. I need that blessing, yo. I need that blessing. All right, everybody. If you don't have any more questions, or if you don't want to see the fundability system, which you can see just by going to my YouTube channel, go to the website and then you'll see the button for the YouTube. You can see more about our fundability system that helps you build your business credit using AI, right? So our new system, which is called the fundability system, uses artificial intelligence, all right? So now we're getting all high tech out here to help you build your business credit. Lawanda says she received a grant and want to use it to build my credit. What do you recommend? Okay, you received your grant, which means they gave you some money so you can operate your business. Well, what you do to operate your business, there's some expenses you have to do, right? There's some stuff you're going to have to buy, whether or not it's copy paper from office supplies, whether or not it's gas to go in your car to get to the money, whatever it is. You might need to buy some tools. I don't know. But what you do is get those net 30 accounts, right? First, you set up your business correctly, right? Credible in the eyes of the lender, like I told you, right? And then you go get these net 30 accounts and you operate your business with these net 30 accounts. And you automatically are building business credit. You see? That's why if you have a business, you should already have business credit. In operating your business, you just use these net 30 accounts and start building up your business credit. You do the steps I told you, right? Does that make sense? Did I answer that? Yeah, so with that money, now you need to go get some copy paper. You need to, whatever that business is, you're gonna need to spend something to make that business happen, right? So you can operate your business, right? No, a net Staples is not a net 30. Staples is a revolving account, right? So before you go to Staples, you need those net 30s. But let's say you do need some office supplies. Go to that vendors page. Remember I told you about those starter vendors? And that starter vendors is Maverick Office Supplies. Maverick Office Supplies. That's the first spot you go to. Get that Maverick Office Supplies. You go get that copy paper or your pens and pencils that you need or whatever it is, right? You go to Pilot Flying J and get a gas card. That's on that starter vendors. Them starter vendors, right? So word, you know what I'm talking about. This is simple stuff. You just got to know, what the lenders are thinking, right? So that's what you do. Operate your business with those net 30 joints. It's the gas one is the Pilot Flying J. Pilot Flying J. So what is your business? Who's that? LaWanda, what is your business? Traveling, tutoring. So you're tutoring, going to places and tutoring. Yeah, so you need some gas, right? So yeah, Pilot Flying J, they're on, their locations are on all the highways. So Pilot Flying J, see, in Atlanta, where I live, there's only one in Atlanta, in the city limits of Atlanta, but they're all over the highways, right? So that's a good starting point there, right? Um, and if that don't work, call me, set up a consultation. I'm gonna show you what to do. All right. Yep. So I pay it monthly, correct? With Pilot Flying J, they don't do the monthly joint, right? They're gonna want you to pay in a couple days, right? But as you pay them, which you already got the money because you're getting ready to go off the block to go get this money, right? So you're gonna have the money, right? So you get this Pilot Flying J, and I'm just being straight with you, right? So they don't have the net 30. They got like a net 10 or a net 5 where you pay them in a few days. But as you pay them on time, then they're gonna spread you out more, right? Right. So that's how that works. I'm just being straight. They don't have the net 30. They got the net though. And they report. That's the key thing, is that they're gonna give you a little bit now, and they're gonna report your payment to the business credit reporting agencies. That's the key piece, right? That they report and send it to your business credit report. That's the most valuable piece right there, right? So getting that is worth it. It's worth it doing that, right? So go ahead and get that Pilot Flying J, right? Okay. She says, LaWanda says, thanks. Appreciate it. No problem. No doubt. Uh-huh. Anybody else got some questions? Come on. This is what I love. I love answering the questions. Shoot. What? Yeah. Yeah, that's how you do it, LaWanda. You can build it in. So you already got money so you could go do the tutoring, right? Oh my God. Man. Oh yeah. You good. You good to go. You got the money. Now we're gonna start building a business credit. And when you build up that business credit, you can expand and get more computers and presentation utensils and stuff to do your tutoring. You see? Hell to the yeah. All right, everybody. We're gonna get out of here. Um, Make sure you'll get that free guide, right? Because when you get that free guide, I got some more stuff for you when you get that free guide. You're not only just getting the free guide, you're going to get some more stuff, all right? Cool beans. LaWanda says, thanks. Miss Bailey is out of here. All right. Okay, anybody else got any questions? I got you. Come on. Last time. I do these once a week. Make sure y'all check out the master class. You go to my website and go to the events page, and I got this master class where I go into a lot of detail about this business credit stuff, because there's lumps across along the way. There's lumps across along the way, right? It's gonna slow you down. So get at me. All right, everybody. We're gonna close it all now. If you don't have any questions, all right, make sure you check out the recording. And if you're on YouTube watching this, make sure you like, follow, put a comment in on my videos up there. All right, that helps out. Right. Okay, everybody. Thank y'all for coming. Once again, my name is Noel A. Booker Sr. Google me later.